Alright, hello everybody, this is Blender Illustrator, and today I'm going to be doing a live 3D model, like kind of taking you through the steps on how I like to do my 3D models. And what I've decided to do today is the Scout Scattergun from Team Fortress 2. It's a video game you can guess. It was a pretty good video game, one of my favorites. But yeah, I'm going to be 3D modeling this, so open up Blender, do some 3D modeling. Alright, let's see. So I'm going to do my settings I like to do whenever I do any like modeling at all. I have screencast keys. That's like a setting you can add on to your Blender to add so you can see what keys you've been pressing. If I can type. And then the text icon, you can keep that all the same. The mouse you want to change over to text. See, when you like click, right click or something, you can see it just says right mouse. And then you want to change the box. Probably want to change down to yeah, you would probably put it at like 0. Or you could, I guess you could just do hide. That would work. Doesn't matter. And then the box width, whatever, doesn't matter. And actually, this is a little too high. 20 and 20. And if I want to do time, I sometimes have time, but I don't really care about time. So, alright, and then also I need to drag out these panels a little bit so I can see everything. Yep. Alright. Probably right around there. And then I have a 3D view going up here, or not 3D view. Where is it? Here, and then where is it? Here it is, render. I have the render view up here. So let's see, right there. So I can set it to my camera. Hitting number pad 0, that's like the shortcut to set it to camera. Also, I'm going to change it over to cycles to render it because I like cycles, and I think most people like cycles. Because the Blender render, I never really learned the Blender render. It's kind of weird. And alright, let's start making it. So I have this picture open over here. I guess I'll link it in the description. And it's the Scout Scattergun, so I gotta zoom in a little bit. It's not a very good image, but oh well. I'm gonna have to deal with it. So we got the two, like, what would you call that? I guess you could just call that the, can't think of it. Whatever, the barrels, that's what it is, the barrels. We need some barrels right there. So to make those first, you're probably just going to delete the cube because you can always add one in later. You can do, wow, is it control? No, it's not control A, it's shift A, yeah. Alright, shift A, I need to refamiliarize myself with these key combos. So shift A, so you can add a mesh, and then you can add a mesh of a cylinder. And then down here, there are some extra settings you could do for the cylinder, because you see, this isn't actually a cylinder, this is a 32-sided figure. And so what you want to do is you can set that to something really high so you won't be able to see it, and then you can smooth it out, and then you can smooth it out up here, the shading. It says smooth, you can hit that, or you don't have to hit that. Yeah, always if you want to just undo something, do Control Z. But yeah, so you can do that to add a number of vertices to make the cylinder more round. Then you can also change the radius, but you can change that by scaling, and the depth, same thing. The locations you can just change normally. So what we're going to want to do with the cylinder is just rotate it by hitting R, and then you're going to type in 90. Oh wait, no you're not. You're going to hit X to set the rotational axis to the X axis, so it only rotates on that. So if you were to just like spin it, it would only rotate on that, and then you type in 90, and I'll turn the cylinder 90 degrees on the X axis so it's over laying on its side. You can click to set that, so left click, that saves it. Then you can also hit S and then Y, so you're going to be scaling it on the Y axis, and then just drag it out a little bit so you have a little bit longer of a barrel. So now I'm going to make this barrel have a hole in it, because I'm pretty sure that's how most barrels work, including, oh, I don't know what happened to it, I don't know, it was there, what's going on here, there it is. I wonder what that was. But yeah, this, as you can see, this looks like a normal gun, so it's not like we're going to be doing anything fancy. So you can go around over here, you can hold down your mouse button the middle mouse, I guess you could call it, the scroll wheel. You push down on that and it'll just let you drag it to rotate. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tab it, and then I'm going to do the face selection. It's down here. You could do either face selection, edge selection, or vertices selection. Then you choose the face one. You right click on the face of the cylinder to select it. Then you hit E real quick and it'll extract the face. So it'll create a copy of the face that's connected to the rest of it. I don't know how to explain it. It just adds another face on top of it. And so now you have a face, but you also have the normal face. So you have like an extra face here. So I mean, it's, I don't know. And then you're going to want to scale it down so you can get the width of your barrel. I'm going to set it to somewhere about that. Sounds good. Alright, so you see you have all these little things, which will be the outside of the barrel, but you have this middle circle on the inside. That's the extrusion. And now what we're going to do again is extrude that. So you have another copy of a face. And then what we're going to do, going to just move the view so you can see the entire cylinder. And then you want to drag down this y-axis until you see how you can see it like poking out the bottom. You want to make it somewhere in there. So if you were to like go into wireframe or something, you could probably get out of edit mode. You can see that this actually goes down all the way down this sphere. So you have like an empty barrel. And so now, as you may know, if you can see, there are two barrels on this shotgun, or scattergun, whatever. So we're going to need to move this over a little bit, maybe make it aligned with the well, axis down the middle. So this little thing is in the center of the 3D model. So I just hit 1 and then 5. 1 just sets your camera to be like at a specific area. So 1 in this case sets it to be on the y-axis. So you have exactly that, like 90-degree camera. It's cool. And then 5 does an orthographic view, which basically, I don't know how you would describe it. It just look at this. It kind of makes it so it's like you can see all the faces. As long as you could see it, you could see, and I don't know. But you know, just do that and then line it up with the blue line right here. And then you're going to want to do Shift D. What that does, can't see, but it actually just duplicated that cylinder. Then you want to just right click it to leave it in its spot. And then you can drag it over with the red arrow, so moving it on the x-axis until you get it to right around there. So they're touching, they're not touching, so they're touching. And then if you get out orthographic mode, you will be able to see we have a scattergun here. The scattergun barrels, at least. So there you go. Yeah, the scattergun barrels. So what else do you need on the scattergun? You might ask. Well, I'm sorry, I don't know what else you need on the scattergun. You need, let's see. You're gonna need this little line apparently that runs out the middle. That's, I guess you could, or actually, before we make the sights, let's make this back of the scattergun. So this is pretty simple. I'm sure you could already figure out how to do it. You just hit Shift A and spawn in another cylinder. And what you want to do is just rotate it on the x-axis 90 degrees. And this time, instead of scaling it on the y-axis, you just hit S. Just hit S. And then you can drag it out, and you can make the cylinder as big as you want, but we're not going to make it that big. We're only going to make it about, I think that big will do. Yeah, that big's fine. And then probably a little bit, and you can move it down and scale it. Keep in mind, you also are going to have to drag it down over here to make sure it's at the end of the barrels. So that's how scatterguns work. And you're also going to want to scale it less on the y-axis, so you can hit S and then Y, and then I'll scale it there. You can move it in. That looks nice, I think. Yeah. Just, maybe a little bit smaller. Yeah. Oh, also I've been doing this for a little bit. If you hold down Control and then scroll with your mouse wheel, you can see the bottom of my screen is just throwing up. It'll move the viewing camera side to side, and then if you hold down Shift and you can scroll the scroll wheel, it'll move the viewing camera up and down. You just do it normally without holding any keys. It'll zoom in and out, and then you can also, if you have a number pad on your computer, I know some people don't, but most people do, you can just use the number pads. I don't know if you can see they have arrows on it, but you can use that to like swivel around, go into orthographic mode, and hit the buttons here, 7 on top. Or else you could just hold down the middle mouse button on your scroll wheel. Alright, side note aside. Let's add the sights here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spawn in a cube right here. So you can do Shift A and then click on the cube this time. And I'm going to raise it up and scale it pretty far down until I see that that's probably as high as you want a site to be. I'm going to look real quick. Oh, no, I'm not going to look, I guess. Oh, what is this? This new, like, viewing thing on photos is so weird. I don't know how to use it. Oh, there it is. Alright. So it looks like it's a little bit, I don't know what to say. I think it's almost on the same level. I guess you could say it's on the same level as the top of the scattergun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 3 and then orthographic mode. So I hit 3 on the number pad. That sets you to the right side. Oh, shoot. That sets you to the side on your view thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this right around there. And then I'm going to just move this up a little bit and then get out orthographic mode because that's kind of trippy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scale it on the y-axis. I'm just going to go out pretty far until, let's see where the site goes on here. I think the site just might go to the end. Yeah, it goes to the end. Almost to the end. It's a little bit short of the end. So, I don't know, right around there. You can see this little orange stuff. When I zoom out, there's a little bit of orange. You can tell where it is. Alright. Also now, it's a little too thin for this, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to scale it on the x-axis to make it a little... Actually, I need to move it down. That's too far down. I guess it would actually have that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I can't really tell how it... I don't know. It's weird. I don't really know. I think I'll just... You know what? That looks fine. Yeah, that looks fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna... Let's see. How do the sites go? Oh, no. I guess I won't know. Oh, I will know. Let's see. So the sites are just rectangle. Oh, there's a. We'll do this site down here first. It's like a little triangle, just at the end. Actually, yeah. So that's a really thin triangle at the end. That'll just be the site. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spawn in a cube, not a triangle. There, as you can see, if you look on this, there are no triangles that you can spawn in. So spawn in a cube, and then hit the. What would you call this? The backslash. So number pad slash, you could call it. And you could just do that, and it'll just bring it down. Don't worry, you didn't delete everything, but you just have a close-up on the cube. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit tab to go back into edit mode, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit edge select, and then select that edge right there, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to drag it all the way into that corner so the edges basically line up, and it'll make a triangle. So what you're going to do now is just hit tab again and go and tab and backslash, and it'll bring back everything, and then you can move the triangle over here, move it up, scale it down, scale it in a little bit, and then move it down right there. So just play with it until it looks good. I don't know, it's facing the other way, so rotate it on the z-axis 180 degrees, so it basically flips it. And that is all I have time for, actually, today. So in the next part, I'll just keep on continuing with this. So I hope you have a good day, everyone. I'll see you later.